Yeah, folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to our Wednesday live stream, where we're playing some more Timberborn. Been having a hoot with it, and very excited to get back in. I've got some plans to try to make things a little prettier today, which is often something that happens when I'm trying to delay, pushing to the end. We could probably go and, rapidly ramp up to making one of the endgame mega projects or something, but I'd like to make things a little prettier, so let's see what we can do with that. Let's get the main screen turned on. Hello, everybody. Happy Hump Day. Happy April Fool's Day. Hopefully you take everything you see on the internet with an extra big grain of salt today, so that you're not disappointed when you find out it isn't true. Of course, what is true is obviously we are going to migrate the YouTube channel entirely to cooking and homebrewing. That's certain. It just might take a while. It might take another 15 years. We'll see. Hey, Acid. Are you telling me you didn't make moonshine? No, I actually did. Well, it's not moonshine, exactly, but I actually did do it. It definitely had a bit of a longer ferment. It was definitely too sweet and still had that sort of a little bit of yeastiness in there. I think it probably needed at least another couple of days to fully go, but you know, April 1st is April 1st. It'll be interesting to see how the second batch goes. That one I'm going to let it really give it time to complete a full ferment, and we'll see how that one goes in there. But that'll probably be, that might be an after Easter thing at this point. We will see. It was a fun little side project. And other people said they randomly recently got a video like that recommended. I don't know if it came up as a random recommendation to me on YouTube. I feel like I might have seen a random Reddit post, you know, on one of the subreddits of you know, very interesting or something like that. I can't remember what they're called, but one of those subreddits where people just post random interesting stuff. I think I did see a video of these someone just doing these cheap at-home brews. I'm like, that is weirdly easy. And I mean, I'm used to doing things with yeast from all my bread making that I do. I'm like, sure, I can put a little sugar and water and yeast in a bottle and then see what happens. And yeah, it turned out to be surprisingly lovely. Again, sweeter than I would have liked, which means it was definitely not done its ferment. And it was not very boozy at all, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I don't have any intention of setting up an actual distillery, especially since that would actually have the risk of methanol poisoning and things like that, because that's what happens when you start concentrating it like crazy. Yeah, starting a meadery would be fun. That would be cool. Get myself some raw honey and make some mead or something like that. That would be nifty keen. Hearing you say using bread yeast as well. I mean, it's pretty typical, because you can get the specialized brewer's yeast, which has higher tolerance for alcohol, right? The problem is that alcohol in the liquid that the yeast is actively growing in, the alcohol will kill the yeast. And so brewer's yeast just has a higher kind of resistance to alcohol. It's better suited to living in a high alcohol content area, and that's how you can push it into sort of the double digits. Although I think even then, you're probably hitting a theoretical maximum of 15, 16% ABV or something like that, and then after that, that's where distilling comes in, I think? I don't know. I watched a couple of YouTube videos. That was about it. Maple syrup beer? That's interesting. You could, I mean, as long as something has sugar in it, you can ferment it. Like, can you do, is there such a thing as a maple syrup mead, right? Because like mead is just fermented honey. But you could probably start with maple syrup and do that. 24 to 26% ABV with champagne yeast. Really? It's got to be a long ferment time too, right? One of the things that was interesting is the lower the concentration of sugar, obviously the less total alcohol you can make, but it'll get made faster because the sugar itself also slows down the growth and reproduction of the yeast. So it was like, oh, that's really interesting. Work for a lab that uses ethanol in large quantities for processes and cleaning. We have to do a lot of paperwork to stop the government thinking we're buying it to sell its alcohol. Yeah, actually, that was the other big surprise, is finding out how many people in the community are either already homebrewers or work in a sort of accidentally adjacent to brewing kind of industry. That's fantastic. Oh, Bon Idol, you received a postcard from Snow Leopard Trust today because of my donation. Oh, I didn't know they were doing that. That's amazing. Oh, that's really lovely. Very cool. Lactose, lactase, form of sugar. Right, milk stout. Yeah. Made acerglyn a few times. Never found a good syrup to use as a base. Oh, and in Canada got their postcard as well. That's really cool. Yes, and Loon Call, good luck on your interview. I saw that. And yeah, hopefully it's not an April Fool's joke. Okay, so let's talk about what we've got going on over here. Last episode, so was our second stream of this, and yeah, we got huge mega tower for batteries, and yet what we'll probably do at some point, we could have, if I thought about it, been cognizant of it at the time, I would have pre-built it, but we'll probably end up tearing out this battery at some point, doing a platform overhang, and then putting a number of batteries up there. For now, though, this is more than enough power battery stuff for what we're operating on, especially since we got a couple of sources of power, right? When the wind's not blowing, we still have the water wheels. Or if there's a drought, well, then at least we still have the wind turbines in here. We don't have to worry about having to sustain the battery power for like 3 days nonstop. I mean, the wind turbines by themselves, but I don't think we've got a carousel yet, although we may want to build it. The first thing I want to do, though, because one of the things we haven't been doing is I've mostly been like worried about building up basic infrastructure and waterworks, and there's a lot more we can do with the waterworks as well. And I mean, we will, for more like reservoir sustainability, for better handling of bad tides, and just getting more fertile land probably in general. Like, I think an early candidate that should probably work is, rather than diverting bad water here through this channel, what we probably want to do is actually open this up and have good water going through here. And instead, we probably want to blow this area up and have this be where our floodgates are for a bad tide. So divert bad tide even a little further away, because this area is already getting bad water from the bad water source. So we'll probably end up doing something like that in sort of a long run, depending on how long the series goes. But what I want to do right now is I do want to go and sort of use this as a bit of a checklist. We'll have to do our water crop soon, but I want to go and start working on like the maple pastries. And we did go, and I still complain, like some of the tree management stuff's a little annoying. We do have some maple stuff going on, which may or may not be fine to be over here. But I've decided I want to go and do a full production line in this area over here, for the maple pastries. And in fact, I think what I'll probably do, what I'm looking at here, is I suspect setting up enough that we can have both bread bakeries and the maple pastries sort of in the same area. So what I'm going to do here, and it's going to involve like chop down some stuff and whatever, replanting. We lose a few things, it's not a big deal. I'm already planning on moving this beehive over. I'm going to make a section of 3 7x7 areas, which is the size that you can fit, that a beehive can cover. I'd originally thought, oh, might leave room for paths, but no, I think I'm just going to make a 21 tile long wheat field with, and then 7 tiles wide, with 3 beehives that perfectly cover it, so we get the extra production boost. I think I'm going to move these 2 efficient farmhouses to be centered. They were originally put here because I was thinking of growing more crops over here, but I think what I'll do is I'll bulldoze these, rebuild them over here, and then have like the wheat fields over here. Maybe move more of this stuff too. I might get rid of the herbalist and move everything. We will see. And then I thought over here, maybe what I can do is I can grow the maple in this local area. And then what we end up with is we get the wheat. We've got the grist mill already. I don't know if we need a second grist mill to do what I'm thinking of. I don't know, but we've got the wheat, we've got the grist mill turning into flour, and then we will get some maple going on over here, which we will have to start fairly early because it'll take a while to grow. And then I'll set up a second bakery. So I'll have one for make bread, and I'll have a second bakery for the maple pastries. And then at some point we'll need the cattail crackers. And I don't know, Let me double check the input. You need flour and logs. Oh, it's saying it currently has bread and wheat flour. I'm like, what? What? No. Okay. So yeah, just needs flour and logs from cattail flour and logs. So that'll probably be in another area. We are going to do the aquatic plants. So we'll do that. I guess what I'll do is we'll unpause. And I think I will go and mark like all these blueberries for destruction. We'll have to grow some blueberries maybe explicitly somewhere just to keep that coming in for our herbalists. We will see. Detonate a couple canals for more growing area. And that's it too. I mean, the biggest barrier here is just the fact that the map is very lumpy, right? It's not flat. And that is one of the things that impedes our growing area. Of course, we've got dynamite now. We could just flatten the map. It might be boring to do that, but we might look at some of this stuff. Resin, chestnuts, and maple sap gatherers, you need to keep a forester nearby to replant or just one for initial seeding? That's a good question. I don't know if eventually they do need to be cut down and replanted, or if there's anything like that. We could keep the forester around and then pause it. Like, I'm going to build a forester over here to plant the maple trees. And then after that, I suppose we could probably pause or just tear it down if we want. But if something happens, we might need to rebuild it. Seem to recall someone on Reddit saying that their beavers were getting stung by bees while on the zipline. And they need better trousers. Yeah, okay. Which might be an issue here, because this zipline will actually be going above some of our little beehives. So we'll see. Just once for initial seeding. As long as you don't cut them down, they don't die from drought or bad water, they will stay. Okay. And this area should be one. Well, I say that. Actually, we are currently diverting bad water over here, so that might be an issue. Right? So all the more reason to go and plan this diversion over here. Which, maybe I should go and start work on that right now, actually. Seems relatively reasonable. So let's go. And I think I'll just build a walkway across here. Like so. Stick a staircase on top of that. Route our little trail over here so that we can go and do some work. And then, I mean, it's not going to be very tall, but I guess that's fine. I mean, I could reinforce it and stuff, but yeah, what I want to do is build a floodgate system over here, just so that when the water's clean, we're not dumping it down here. Yeah. Yeah, we do have access via the water. I figured we may as well build a trail just in case, and then we can do the whole like vertically down building, but we do have access to it on this side. The problem is, like, from this side, I could go and blow this up. I guess I could tolerate it. I could go and remove this. We'd be losing some of our water pressure in the short term in terms of power generation, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. So maybe we'll just do that. Just demolish and then build behind it is going to be fine. Yes, probably reasonable. And yeah, I guess we'll just do a size 1 floodgate. I can put it back here to be a little narrower. I'm not worried about flushing bad water from here because that's literally the point. And actually, we're going to want to move this because if we're going to allow good water to go through here, we will get the problem where some bad water will sit here a little bit. I don't know. We'll probably just move the sensor up a little bit over here and use that as a signal for toggling these two. That's probably okay. Yeah, well, here, so Sumki says, also remember not to put it in so far so it holds bad water. In this case, it's actually sort of fine because this will be the bad water part. So if bad water sits in this area, that's not actually the issue. The bad water sitting here is going to be annoying. What I could do is I could build another floodgate, say, let me pause so that nothing actually builds. Or actually, I guess one further back, right? If we built somewhere like this, then that would mostly stop bad water from accumulating over there. I think in the end, it's not going to be a big, huge deal because I'll probably put the sensor up here. And then when this sensor detects good water, we'll just open this and that might flush a little bad water in first, but I don't think that's going to kill us. So we'll do that. Anyway, I think this is the narrowest part I can build here for 4, unless I want to build it for a little further back, but that's going to be okay. So we'll do this and then, yeah, we'll go and pew, 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 pew. We should be able to do it all from the water, but then we got a little bit of a run route over here that we can do from the top. You put a timer delay on my bad water sensor. Oh, that's interesting. That's a really cool little idea. And then I guess we could open this little bit up afterwards, because this is just going to be another good water area. I mean, I don't know if fertilizing this area is going to be a big deal. Although flattening, if we went and blew up this little hilltop, this does become a nice little area, flat area to grow stuff. So we'll see. And yes, you're right. We could also excavate our own channel. That is very true. So yeah, we'll do a little construction over here, but barely anything worth mentioning. And yeah, I think what we'll do is I'm just going to move the poo, or, well, move. I'm going to rebuild it over here. Here, does it matter? How do I feel? Maybe I'll do it here. Like that. It probably is already reachable, but just in case, I'll go ahead and extend it there. Have a problem? Just throw more logic gates at the problem. Yes! More coding. Well, I don't know. I don't understand how to do it. I need an AI to do all the work for me. You guys. To be fair, keeping the actual gate logic in my head with these things is a lot harder than me just looking at some code with some if statements. Oh yeah, the gear supply is quite low, but that's because we're going to be banking some. We're not making gears very quickly, but there should be a lot of time when the gears aren't being consumed, so that should be okay. Waiting for some construction to keep chooching along over here. And yeah, let's go and extend this little path too. And then let's beehive. Is that under food? Yes. So we put one here. And then there. And then there. And then I'm going to say plant crops. I guess we still have to wait for a few of these things to be removed. Well, I'll just have to do it again after. Wheat. And I don't know if I started dragging the right place. Let me just double check. Yeah, see, 21 by 7 is going to be the plan. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, perfect. So those 3 beehives will completely cover this entire field. Like so. All right, we'll let that chooch around for a little bit. Idle lumber mills. Do I? Yeah, these guys over here. We're probably full on planks. Yeah, we are. You know, I really do think maybe we should just go and let me move this so I can remove that. I'm gonna build another gear factory. And you know what? We'll probably just like it'll probably be like, nah, we do need a bunch of these. Let me get one of those. I might end up bulldozing it and moving it later, but let's just get that up for now. And then where are we working? Right over here. Okay, so we got the new sensor, and it did probably... Oh, it didn't copy the name. I guess fair enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up this old poo bypass B. Call this one poo bypass B. Okay. And we'll change some of the logic, because this thing here was opening when it detected poo before. Now we're going to want the opposite. We're going to want it to open when it's clean. Yeah, I don't know if there's treatment for bee stings or if it just times out. Because, I mean, we've got the injury recovery place, but an injury mechanic is a different mechanic than other things, so I don't know. Build that had poo by 4. Woo! Look at him go to work! I love these things. I don't think this is going to be a high traffic area, at least not in the short term. I don't think it's worth building another zip line to here for now. We'll just let them hike out. It's going to be okay. Bees time out only, okay. It'd be better to use different sensors for closing and opening the gates. That way you can close them early when the bad water shows up. I mean, that's true. I mean, we sometimes we manually like tweak some stuff. It's not a bad suggestion, and it might be exactly what do we do. I might be like, yep, you're right. Let's go and do that. For now, I'll just use one sensor, and we'll see how it goes. And then we'll just build out of that. We're gonna vibe code this. Treatment for bee stings is whining for a while, and then realize I'm okay because I'm not allergic. Yeah, but it still hurts. I know, I got stung once by a bee on the hand. And I think I got stung another time when I was younger, but although I think it was I think it was a hornet. But when I was in high school, probably like grade 10 or something, it was really annoying. It was after school, waiting out like by the front doors in a big crowd of people, waiting for the bus to come by and pick us up. And I'm just, just sitting there, just standing there, crowd of people bunched around me, and all of a sudden I feel a sharp pain in my hand, and I look down, and there's like a stinger right here just pulsing away. Like, why? Why? That bee was an asshole. I'm going on record. That was an asshole of a bee. I also got stung by a tree in your toe once. That's true. I was staked. Tree mistook my toe for a vampire. I guess we can do a little bit of wiring now. So, like, in theory, this here is going to be, when that is off, which is currently the case, when there's no poo, this is now going to be open. So when it's off, we do that. And when it's on, we block it. So now, good water is going to start flowing down here, which will also help to just clean this out. It might lead a little bit of poop water exposure over here, but it's probably going to be fairly diluted. I spec. And I guess these are probably already linked. Like if I automate you to this, and so when this is off, so when there's no poo detected, this should be closed and then open. So these are in the closed position, although obviously water's still going by because it's not filled in yet. We need one more. Oh, it's like, why did it stall? Did it crash? But no, just autosave. And yeah, oh, then this is a really good indication of how people have pointed out to me that like height matters for fertility, because the tiles up here, even though there's water right next door, these are not fertile because they're too far up vertically. So if we did want to do a growing area over here, what we want to do is bulldoze this entire hill completely flat down to this Z level right over here. Let the bee puns begin. You may want to remove old underwater paths. Beavers are using them during bad water time. Yes, we should really do an audit of all of our paths. That is completely true. I think I can go ahead and smush this down too. This isn't going to flood anything. No, it's just going to lead to water down this channel. Yeah, this can go ahead and be gone. And be gone over here too. Oh, I wonder how water would flow between the two and if it would cause... Like, if it just stalls here because there's the same pressure, I guess we'll be okay. We could always put a flow valve in here to enforce a certain direction, just because I'd be worried about this not flushing out the poo water. I think if I do this, I might lose water pressure for nothing. That's possible. We are losing some water pressure over here because we're not diverting as much through the wind, or the water wheels, but that's fine because we're using the wind way more for power these days. So I think it's going to be tolerable. Maybe I've just made a terrible mistake. We can always plug these in later, so that's going to be A-okay. All right, meanwhile, back on the farm. Oh, I guess I have to go and prune another level over here. And again, I'm going to complain that this, like, delete tool is very silly. There should just be one deconstruct tool. Put more waters in there, too. True. I mean, we could just build... The water wheels aren't that materially expensive. We can just spread a few in a few different places, but... We'll deal with that if we determine that we actually do have a bit of a problem. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit of like churning. It is interesting that it is all flowing down this way. At least for now. It might still be doing a bit of a catch up in this direction. Dirt only until it fills up rather than flow all the way. Pressure control. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Hell, I could just build with... I could even not worry about... Ooh, well, maybe. I could I'd not even worry about floodgates at all over here. I could just put a pair of dams. So it just keeps this area kind of full without constant flow. I might still want the floodgates just in case there's any poo water that ends up sort of trapped in this area. But I'm just going to let it be for now. There is one issue. If we get a drought right now, this is going to drain all the water from this area. This area will stop some water. Well, actually, if there's a drought, what we're going to want to start doing is closing off this floodgate. What we might want to do is wire this up with both a depth sensor and a contamination sensor. If there's contamination, then this has got to be open because we're flushing it. If there's no contamination, then we want to like make sure we're not like slamming this completely shut, or we just go up to 0.95 and then it just acts like a bit of a dam, or we do 0.65 or some number. It is set to 0.65 right now. It's acting as a dam. I guess that's it. All we want is a contamination sensor over here. And frankly, why don't I go and like be like, hold on, let's maintain, let's set it to like, let's go to 0.9, because it'll still let water flow out, but it'll keep the water levels in here a little bit higher. This is just, oh, it's still a dam. Actually, I think it might be time to get rid of this dam if we're doing this. Yeah. Let's do that. We could do, yeah, I'm not going to do a depth sensor because you're right. A weather sensor would be better. I think we're going to assume we want to mostly retain water in here. I mean, the flow should be exactly the same, regardless of the height. Unless we start getting some flooding. Now, this may even out, but we may need to leave this a little lower. I may need to target, say, 0.8 here. There we go. Speaking of. Actually, if a drought is coming... Oh. Okay, I think that's just working itself out. If a drought is coming, I might want to go and be like, you know what? Let's bring it all the way up to 95. I wonder if I do this. If I just do this and let it work itself out. We'll get some back flooding. It may literally, if it's only letting out a certain amount, yeah, probably the volume of water is really not working. Okay, I'll set it to 0.65. The default dam behavior is probably based around there for a good reason. Sure. This will still keep water in here. The only thing I need is a bad water sensor down over here, in case we need to be actively flushing the system. So we'll do a contamination sensor, probably a fair bit out, like that. Release the Pumpkin. Pumpkin, not the Kraken. You can poo anywhere on here, but okay. There you go. So if this thing here detects poo in this area, this is going to go all the way open to do a full drain. Otherwise, it's just going to keep acting as a dam. Release the poos of war. Mr. Danish Butter wants to see a kit. Oh, like a... Can we find... Beaver adults. Do you have the kits as a separate... Yes. Do they look different? Oh my god, they've got such a cute voice. Look at them! Little baby beavers! Completely adorable. Completely adorable. All right. Meanwhile, back over here. Wheat. There. Road. All the way around, please. Okay. Oh, all right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuild the... I think I will end up building him here. What I'm going to do, I don't know where I'm going to end up with this herbalist. I'm just going to build a copy it over there, and then get rid of this one. And then... Copy, copy, delete, delete. Who left this guy? That's not bad. This might be better. I think it'll be that. And then... Nope, that's not the connection I want to get rid of. Do that. Do that. So these will be the two farms for here. Oh, one of these. Oh, maybe I never had them set that way. I'm not sure. One of them is going to be set to planting. One of them is going to be set to harvesting, which should enable the highest throughput overall. I might want to move the wheat storage to over here because that's naturally where we're going to take it. And maybe move the bakery and everything. But let's worry about that later. And then, yes, over here, I'm going to build my maple. I wonder... Do that. And then 100 seems like a nice number. And then we'll build a forester right there to tend to all this. And then we aren't going to need the tapper shack for a bit. But let's go ahead and put it down now. And then we'll put a big old tank right here for the maple sap. Ah, there it is, maple syrup. Okay. Stop making too many games. I know. You ever consider going back to Banish? Honestly, that actually seems like a really good idea. I really enjoyed Banished way back in the day, and I haven't played in forever. I was disappointed that I think the developer had plans for like a Banished 2 and, you know, I don't know, expansions and stuff, but then that never came around. I don't know if he went and did anything else. I know that he used to be, I think he was a lawyer, and then he quit his like day job to make this game. And the game sold well. He could probably retire. What are these maple trees that produce pre-concentrated syrup? Yeah. What's the ratio? It's something ridiculous. Is it like you need like 100 liters to make 1 liter of maple syrup? Is it worse than that? It's something ridiculous. Well, Banished cannot play it without some quality knife mods. Yeah, I don't think I ever played with any mods. I think we had done a test, I think, for a mod that had like a ton of extra content. But yeah, actually, if you're on the Discord and you've got suggestions for Banished quality of life mods that you think, you know my playstyle. If you think I might enjoy something, let me know. Last update to Banished was nearly 10 years ago. That is crazy. Between 20 to 1 and 100 to 1, depending on the tree. Oh, the maple syrup ratio. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it's going to take a while for the trees. And yeah, what I'll probably do is turn off the forester once these are all planted. Maple syrup surely should be called Canada juice. I mean, arguably people in like Vermont and New Hampshire might take offense to that. I think those are 2 places where there's also a lot of maple syrup. I mean, there's a lot of overlap in weather and geography in that area. The Dragata has started. Okay, so... Oh, can we really not work that one? Huh. Really? Anyway, wait, just a little access staircase here for a second. And do that. I mean, it's not causing problems. Okay. So nothing should change because all of our drought handling stuff is completely passive right now, right? We just have a few dams, this thing acting as a dam as well, that's going to retain some amount of water in this area and make sure that we don't lose our crops. We still have yet to build a proper reservoir. The can in canola stands for Canada at all. Yep. The variant of rapeseed, which is a name of an actual seed that you can get oil from. I think rebranding it as canola is not just about this is a particular type of variant of that seed and the variant of that oil. I think the marketing may have been slightly improved by removing that word for that seed. Need more dams upstream. That might be very true, actually. Well, there's no might. I'm 100% certain you are correct. We tend to base things a lot on good enough. In most things we do. Is that when it's showing up 6.98? Yeah. No, it has started. Here we go. Okay. It's right up there. Retaining water over there. Some of these trees a little trimmed down, but that's fine. I might be a little worried about the maples this far away. We actually might want a channel to be a little closer. Even just like channeling a little bit over here might turn out to work. Maple syrup down the street for my grands in Oakham. I don't wonder. Where's Oakham? Oh, you're saying Massachusetts too. So presumably in good old Massachusetts. You know, there's a Sudbury, Massachusetts. I literally thought I heard Quill say Poutine when I realized good enough. Ooh, Poutine. Ooh. Let's make ourselves sick tonight. Nah, we got nothing leftovers and stuff. Yeah, here there's not enough water depth. And yes, it's true. We need to get more reservoirs and things. But overall, things are continuing to... That is a long drought. We are almost certainly going to have all this dry out. But we also have a lot of stored food.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
And the research is going like mad. Who's the new sub? Tinygram, thanks for the sub. Actually, while we got a moment here, while the drought is processing, what are our resubs today? We got Loon Call, who started us off 76-month resub. Oh yes, with the job interview. Hopefully it's going well. Pizza Metris at 66 months. Dead Williams at 27. Marvin Berger, 61 months. Salty Old Badgers at 65 months. Liquid Paranoias at 22 months. Katie Cat, hey Katie, 114. Athedian, I don't think I've parsed your name correctly, and I apologize. At 25 months, missed a 2-year milestone because of work. We'd love to be part of the community. Well, thank you much. Arturian is at 39 months and says, happy to have been here for so long. On topic, has the game changed noticeably since early access a couple of years ago? I tried it then. It wasn't for me at the time, but absolutely willing to get another duo. It has. Oh, that's interesting. Why? Oh, no, the battery is not completely drained. But there's a maximum rate at which we can drain power from this, and we were getting a little bit of a shortage over there with no wind blowing. Although, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, there we go. Now the wind's blowing and the battery's going back up. Cool. So yeah, there have been a bunch of things. I mean, I tried it at initial early access, and I tried it 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and I'm trying it now. And yes, a lot of things about the experience feels a lot smoother. I know there's a lot more buildings, like the zip lines. They got rid of, like, basically you don't have to build districts anymore. The districts may as well not exist anymore, which is nice because the districts were a little bit, you know, they were challenging to set up. It's not that they were a bad game design, but they were challenging to set up, and I don't think a lot of people are upset about the fact you can still build districts, you just don't have to anymore. And the zip lines helped compensate for that. It's a lot easier to set up the power network now because there's not a million different variants of the power shafts. There's just one type of power shaft, and it just automatically builds the correct kind of connection, which is lovely. I can't remember if they had a bunch of different vertical power shafts as well, and I think they might have. So that's sort of just been unified, which is lovely. And yeah, you can see this is by far the worst route we've had. We may have a little bit of a death of some of our stuff here. Oh well. So it was Arturian. Blokey King is resubbed for their 89th month. Tap Sadis is at 58, and Slowgalf at 32 months. Thank you very much for that.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
You're gonna play any Xenonauts 2? Probably is hopefully, fingers crossedly, is the idea. When we had a poll over on the Discord about whether to start Timberborn or Xenonauts 2, and Timberborn did come out ahead. But Xenonauts 2 is something I would definitely like to go. I don't know if I can commit to a full campaign, but a few videos or a couple live streams or something like that, absolutely. Hey, bitter old guy! Thanks to the 84 months! Hey! Might need a way to keep the water in the upper reservoir and slowly release in the main area. Yes, I think that's the thing, and maybe our next big project. Now, there's not a unified. Well, we could do a big enough project where we route, because this is one of our water sources. And then there's this one over here. We could get both of those in one big sort of maybe centralized area right over here, build a reservoir in this. Or we just do a reservoir for this water source. This would be pretty easy. Given the natural cliffside, we could build a big reservoir here and let it slowly trickle out. First, build a poop diversion system at the source. That is true. Because even when we cap the regular bad water sources, there's still going to be the bad tides that come in from time to time. Hey, Minifest! There's a no other oldie. Well, I mean, long-time subscriber. Maybe also an oldie like me. How many of you guys were around for the first Quill Cuisine April Fool's video? 15 years ago. I had sort of thought about at the time that I might do one per year. And then I think I mixed it up with a few different things, and, you know, doing one every year's too much. Once every 15 years seems good. I look forward to what and the next one in 15 more years. I guess we'll have to make dessert next time, right? Oh, the new bypass. That might be what it is. This new bypass over here. Yeah, we didn't have a water level. This thing here is always open. This I probably need to close. Yes, because it probably drained too fast. This probably needs to close when we got a drought. And that probably would have avoided this issue here. And yeah, I think some of these crops will probably die off and have to be replanted, but it's not like we have a food shortage. We'll be okay. I'm looking forward to in 2041. Yeah. So if this is already planned to be our poo area, if we build a reservoir over here, although this is there, okay, what's the rule for draining things off map? There's not an explicit drain, right? As long as, presumably, if any liquid touches the edge of the map, maybe that would be the thing here. Build like a canal, like semi-elevated aqueduct / canal to divert things over here. Anything will disappear off map. I mean, I guess I could literally have it divert out that way if it's got any contamination. Maybe what we should do is plan the zipline expansion to this area where we're going to be doing construction in some way. Maybe I'll like drop it off here because it's going to be nice and high. And then we can sort of stare down, wall around here, maybe build it over here. I don't know. This is maybe good. Like for part of the reservoir over here might be... No, I kind of like that idea. Just needs to touch it into spears. Okay. Zipline, install storage with hauler priority, built around water. Yeah, right. Because we'll need logs, maybe planks, maybe gears. Okay. I mean, we will have to build our way out there. So let's assume a zipline station sort of kind of flush back here. And then... Oh, yeah. I do kind of wish you could go into add connection mode and just plop down the pylons as you go. But you do get a little preview, which is nice. So you can reach to right there. There's too many trees. Well, maybe I'll just do this. I mean, these are all places where we're going to have to be able to reach and construct. There, do this. And we can chain from this place to here, to here, to here, to here. Okay. So there'll still have to be some amount of manual setup in the first place. But that works. And then, yeah, it is a little frustrating to me that you can't just build through these and have them auto-bulldoze. You have to very manually go and say, oh! The dead bushes you can insta-blow up. You insta-blow up these. An odd design decision that I can't quite get. You know what I want? And I realize, like, again, there might be some bad water exposure here, but this actually will minimize some walking distances, as we can tell. So that's kind of swell. Oh, we've already got access over there, although, well, until we get the bad water bypass. Actually, once things are built, beavers really shouldn't have any good reason to walk through here. They should really just be using the zip line. Go, so now you can build that. And what I think I'm going to do over here is actually plan... Oops, I did not drag that where I wanted that. Maybe I'll line it up here. Nope. This one. know, we can actually take advantage of all this high ground area here. Is there a hotkey for the pipette? I don't know, or the pipette. I don't know what you mean by that. There's a hotkey for the copy, which is B, which I use extensively. Hey, okay, the drought has ended. Whew. So yeah, we will be able to reach there. Oh, I still need that. So we can build that. Okay. And then we'll need some more stuff over there, but I'll worry about that afterwards. Yeah, apparently the dead trees do need a beaver to clear them, which is a little weird. And I mean, they could always already reach here, but yeah, we may as well build the interconnections. Because then they can choose potentially a shorter path or whatever. And then they'll be able to fast travel over here. And then storages. So this will be for regular logs. I don't know. Maybe they should all just be small piles. You know what? We'll just use a bunch of small piles that are being constantly fed. So this will have to be logs, and then we want obtain. This is going to be planks, and we'll want obtain. And this will be gears, which don't go in this. I don't know that we need treated. Oh, we might need metal. We might need metal, actually. So we'll do that. And then we'll do a small warehouse right there for gears on obtain. All right. And then we're going to put a increased priority on that station. So as soon as we can reach it, which will still require building all these platforms, but as soon as we can reach it, and that one as well, it is going to be very important that it gets built first before all the storages or whatever. A builder station out here is an interesting idea. Do builders have to go back to the builder station in between each job? Because if not, I don't think there's a need to have a builder station out here. Because presumably they start in town. Like, I think they only sit in the builder station while they're idle. Yeah. If they're only sitting in the builder station when they're idle, I don't think we need one out here. If I'm wrong, definitely let me know. But so far, chat seems to mostly be in agreement that that is indeed the case. So yeah, this actually might want to connect through a little bit of a relay so that it closes if there's poo or if we're when a drought starts. Yeah. And that same relay, well, no, these can stay open. That's fine. And the one at the other end is also fine. It's just this one here. Well, and this. Because we'd be like, we're going to starve this area out. Or, if I just put a dam here. No, it actually does have to be another floodgate. Because, no, we don't. Generally speaking, if I just put a dam here, that's going to be fine. It'll naturally keep the same water level everywhere through here. Yeah, maybe I'll probably just do that. Issues draining down to the bottom. Right, I could have this not go down to 0. I could have this treat as a... Yeah, but I mean, these go down to 0 and it trains down there. Well, we probably want to keep some water in here. I think I might just build a dam here. Yeah. That's probably sufficient. And I have no doubt that we'll want something smarter later. Oh, I may as well build here. Because then we can walk on top of this. Need some dams. Need some Van Dams. What we may want over here is a little, we might want to have some water. Not so far away. Like maybe even here. Just a little a little pump or just a water canister. Maybe I'll put it up here where we're already working. Maybe I'll go and say, listen, let's get a small tank and put a haul. It's going to be a lot of extra hauling work, but that way there'll be a little bit of water in this area so we don't get quite as thirsty. We could do entertainment and stuff here, which might not be the dumbest thing ever. Just a few recreation things that aren't too big, like a campfire. I don't know if people will be hurting their teeth over here, actually. We'll see. Look for a good place for a shower. We might get injuries, so we might want a medical bed. We haven't built any contemplation spots, which I think we need to start spamming. Actually, rather than a shower, we can build a Lido. I mean, that's not very convenient. Let's do this. This might be an area like that we're going to do other things with later. And so we might end up trashing this. So what I'll do is remove that one. Copy, but hey, it's a year for logs. And then we'll do this. There we go. And then we'll go back to small warehouse for gears and small water bucket. There you go. Okay. Almost like you want a new district out there. I know. And then, you know what I should do is I should high priority the entire bridge setup, which I could do in bulk with this. There we go. So finish this bridge, finish that station before you do anything else, please. That's already built. Perfect. Excellent. Wonderful. All recreation buildings use on off time. Beavers need to travel there and use it before they go to sleep. Ah, so maybe having it centralized is fine if they only use it during off periods. But one thing is, I think we do just need more recreation things in general, especially, like, I never had this contemplation spots. So let's go and put down a couple of them over here. We might end up needing more. Let's see. How are we doing on access to these things? Shelter. Is shelter just a house? We have 3 empty beds, right? Yeah. Okay. For something like the food. Contemplation slots being built. Agora. Oh yes, Agora needs the things. And then dance hall. Let their tails loose. Doesn't. Ooh, that's big. Doesn't say anything about needed material. I mean, it's kind of out of way. Is it tragically bad? Or I could put it near one of these stations, because then if someone wants a dance hall, they can just zip line over here. Maybe I'll just do that. Oh yes, we did start growing chestnuts, and it's possible that I think they are getting that chestnuts there. Okay, first thing, we'll need chestnut storage and we'll need to roast them. I think the chestnuts, we've got some chestnut trees there. Oh, and some over here. So if we're gonna roast the chestnuts, it might be this area. Unless you need power. No, I think that's just the regular cooker, right? If I go to food and I put down a grill, which fits nicely in here, and I say, this is our chestnut storage. Chestnuts. And then this is making grilled chestnuts. Which might be handy to have, like, centered somewhere, but at least this is all within the same production area. And then I do this, and then this one here is for grilled chestnuts. Right like that. No need for a spiral staircase, which makes me sad because the spiral staircases are quite cool. And then I can put a roof on top of this as well to keep some beauty. Oh, not in there. In this area. I think so. I think we'll have to do some more decorations too, but that'll do for now. Bridge nearly done. That's a lot of hauling right now, but they'll be better after. And we got 4 unemployed beavers, and that's with everyone still working as haulers and various things like that. So we don't need to get more housing yet. We're still fine. spin it around, we could put the stairs behind. That's true, although the stairs on top of the path are fine. We aren't using this space, to be fair. Now, okay, how do we do the extracts? That's something here. Is it a food thing? Right, they'll want books. What is this? Oh, that's the mine. Rat path at the grilled chestnuts work. Oh! Of course, the upper area path. I never do that. I mean, eventually we'd complain that they can't access it. It's on the water page. Pump, bad water. Fluid dump. I just didn't. Oh, is it the centrifuge? Okay, so extract comes out from the centrifuge. Okay. So we're already collecting bad water over here, and we've got power not too far away. Here's what I propose. Let's do the thing where we... Over here. Do this. And then under power, we do vertical power shaft. And as has been pointed out, we don't need a vertical power shaft on the top bit, which is nice. And then we can route power over here. They can build above their heads, so this should all work. Hell, I could put the extract thing way over here. F it. Let's do this. I could. That's too wide. I was gonna say, the extracts. Oh, what do they get stored in? Is it a liquid? It is a liquid. Okay. I was gonna say maybe I could do some stacking, yada yada yada, but do that, and then I'll just get another tank. So this is gonna be set to extracts. That doesn't need a recipe or anything. No. And then all we need to do. Do I want to keep routing the power above the road? No, I might want to put other platforms and multi-level stuff on the road. So I think the plan's going to be to route power behind it. Although I might preemptively go as a bit of future-proofing. Elevate it so I can always run a path beneath it. Actually, I think I'm going to do that way. Vertical power shaft here into regular power shaft there into vertical. Oh, I'm not sure that one's connecting. Oh, okay. It's got to be there. There we go. Probably they can reach there. But just in case, I can be like, listen, we'll just preemptively do a couple of these. So we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it's a lovely user interface. There we go. And things are trying to be delivered to the zipline station. Perfect. That's what we want to see. Make your maple pastries. Oh, we are full of maple. I guess from the other trees. Oh, wow. Okay. Wasn't quite expecting that yet. So, food. Bakery? Bakery doesn't need power. And the maple pastries is the thing at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a medium store or warehouse on the bottom here, which is going to be where we store the cooked pastries. Then, on top of it is where I'm going to put the bakery. And it lines up very nicely, like so. Boom. I think I'm going to build another little path here. There. People can get at the pastries a little faster. They'll put in production buildings atop the warehouse of their goods. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Dance hall has been built. Go to normal speed. Look at him go! A little. Swing your partner. Oh, you don't have a partner. Do-si-do. Wait, no, you can't. You don't have a partner. You can't go back to back. I don't know. Oh, you just disappeared. Other line dancing terms. Force the bad water into the... Don't you force the bad water into good water system? No. We currently... all the bad water should bypass this area currently. Should. Exclamation mark. Other than just a little bit of draining because we've got these little silly things. But hopefully that'll become less of a problem later. New well-being high score, 19! Woo! Logs are still going to logs, yes. 20! Oh, achievement. That's nice. Reach average well-being of 20. It did dip down again, as just some things are being done. I think we need more contemplation spots. It'll be hard to know because we just recently put a bunch down. But I did read that you need a surprisingly high number of contemplation spots. So it could be that they're just catching up, but I'm going to get a few more over here. Then we'll reevaluate. Your power sufficient. Battery doesn't seem to be charging. Oh, yeah, we might need some more power now. In fact, well, what we can do very easily is we will plan... Oh, okay. Some of these are going to have to be set to be the vertical things. Let's say I blow this one up. I don't know how much space we need, but if I make this into a vertical power shaft and then put a large... There we go. Okay. Wasn't sure if it was going to get in its way. We can do that. And then I don't know how much space you need between. Looks like you need 2 gap and then you can build one. So if I went and took that one out and put a vertical power shaft there... There you go. And get a couple more into the system. And then reach that high. 1, 2. Oh, they might not be able to reach that one. We could put a little stair. Temporarily, a little platform of some kind to be able to reach there. Just in case. You can always tear it down after. Although, if it's not hurting us... Here, we'll just do one of those real quick. That... Oh, I keep forgetting the turbine base. Hang on a second. The turbine base acts as a vertical thingy. So I can just incorporate the turbines into this. Yes. And then they can definitely reach that. Oh, I gotta get rid of the path first. There we go. And I could just chain a ton more over here. And it's all gonna be part of the same grid through these buildings. Which is a little awkward. But it works. Okay. There you go. Zipline station is done. So everything's going to happen a lot faster now. Some of the constructors, I'm hoping they can haul goods on the zipline. Yeah, clearly. Right? Yeah, they must. Yeah, there we go. The deliveries are happening. Perfect. It looks stupid, but it works. It isn't stupid. Yeah, there you go. Or sometimes even if something looks stupid and it works, doesn't mean it's not stupid. Right? Sometimes you still want to go and fix it. So, where's the tunnel? Like it's probably landscaping, right? Tunnels through terrain, replacing it with a platform. Use your layer tool to see under trains or structures, right? Because what I'm thinking about is just going and building an outlet right here. So sort of enclosing a big thing over here. Okay, well, we're not going to have it ready for this route. Did we get the dam fixed over here? Okay, we do have a dam over here. So in theory, this isn't going to drain the same, which means the above stuff here isn't going to drain the same. So we shouldn't have as much of an issue as last time. And again, we're fine. We're maxed out on all our food. Actually, we're not maxed out on carrots. We may have to adjust some of our ratios. Yeah, and there's nothing more permanent than a temporary solution. That works, yes. Did I build a Lido here? I'm sure people were probably saying something about that at the time. Quill, what, why? More carrots for our beavers? Wow, it almost sounds dirty the way you're saying that. I'm sure you didn't intend it to sound that way. You would never. But just so you know, it almost sounds dirty. Why did you build Lido there? I don't know! I blame the moonshine. Oh. Okay, you will be fine. We're just waiting for these platforms to get built. I think. Oh, which is happening now. A dry pool for when they don't feel like swimming but still want a pool. Isn't there a... Am I thinking of a reference from Princess Bride? Not Princess Bride, sorry. Bride and Prejudice. You know, someone's so wealthy, they have 3 swimming pools. Why do you have 3 swimming pools? Well, I have one swimming pool with cold water when I'm hot and I want to swim. And I have another swimming pool with hot water when I'm cold, but I still want to swim. Well, what about the third pool? Well, that pool's empty for when I don't feel like swimming at all. I think that's from Bride and Prejudice, but I might be getting confused. I feel like I'm doubting myself because they also have a house with extra stairwells joke. And I don't know if they're both from the same movie or if I'm getting 2 of them mixed up. It is Bride and Prejudice. Excellent. I love Bride and Prejudice. To be fair, I haven't seen a lot of Pride and Prejudice versions. But I love that one. I mean, a mashup. I love like genre mixing. I love mashups. I love all those things. Whether we're talking about music, like with music, give me a metal song it's a country cover, or give me a country song that's been turned into rap or whatever the hell. Just give me variety in life. So I think my plan for this general area is going to be something like, you know what? I'm going to build a spiral staircase here. It's more materially expensive, but save 1 tile of walking. All right, and then we can sort of like walk along this edge here. Maybe I'll cut that short in case I decide to. We'll prepare another staircase there. We just have access to more of this general area, and then we'll want to be able to come down in some place somewhere. We could have like some extra stairs in a few different places. We'll just get a few things ready. I kind of want to go and do a tunnel right through here. And then, therefore, build the reservoir kind of out here. I don't think I'm going to incorporate this because I think it might slightly cause us more work. And then, do I want to just have the flow valve at the bottom? You can have it spill at the top. I mean, you can have both, right? Because the idea being normally it fills up and then spills at the top. And then when you get the drought and the water levels drop, you empty out the bottom. But in real life, both works the best, right? Because the top is your overflow and the bottom is we have a drought and we have to start draining the reservoir. And the nice thing about the top part is it's completely passive. The diversion tunnel needs to be before the water enters the reservoir. Oh, that's true too, yes. So what we want to do is kind of plug this with the bypass. And really we want to bypass off here. If I go, no, it's not control, it's alt. Maybe, I don't know how much we need it, but we might want to make a 2-tile. Well, I don't know how tall the tunnel naturally is, but we want it wide enough and tall enough that we don't get any kind of weird backflow. And we want, I think, a full floodgate blocking this. If there's any contamination here, we want to slam this floodgate completely shut. I'm assuming there's no pressure buildup in here. Like, let's say we had a malfunctioning outflow over here. That's interesting. Hold on. If we're willing to accept a minute amount of contamination when we reopen the floodgate, is it enough to just shut this during a bad tide? Because it's not like we're doing any filtering. It's not like, well, we have to make sure to keep diverting clean water. There's no clean water. Is it sufficient to just plug this completely during a bad tide? And when it ends, you open it up, and yeah, there'll be a little bit of contamination in here, but it all sort of even out. And if it's flowing into a large reservoir, and like it's going to dilute so much that we won't even notice it. Plus, it's being actively pushed out. Do I not need a bypass at all? Can't build on top of the floodgate. Right. Okay. So it wouldn't be a floodgate. It would be a fill valve. Right? We do this at the bottom, and then we just levy on top. Oh, okay. I didn't build it in the right place. Because we need to plug this as well. Okay, so when you're still in build mode, then you can demolish vertically. Yeah, sluice gates. There are no sluice gates anymore, which confused me coming back into the game. I think these fill valve are basically what the sluice gates used to be. I kind of want to try this. So I mean, the closer to the source I do it, the less poop water can flood in, can accumulate in here at all. Oh, and I guess there's nothing stopping me. There we go. I think it's just these two levels, and then it's plugged. I can do this because then, in theory, when I want these to be open, then we have exactly the same water flow as we used to have. What's right next to the, there's a throttling valve, adjustable flow rate. But I don't need adjustable flow rate. I just need on and off. It looks like these two are basically the same, except the throttling valve needs the treated wood and presumably gives you slightly more control. But just on and off is okay. You need space for the sensor. Is bad tide a weather? In which case I don't need a sensor for it. I don't need a contamination sensor. I just need a weather sensor. This seems too easy. I'm fully prepared to discover that this doesn't work. The game developers was like, nah, no, it can't be that easy. Because it's feeling kind of easy. Way easier than, like, tunneling and doing all this, blah, blah, blah. Because now we can reach. I mean, I don't even need more path, but we may as well build more path. They can reach this. And then we build weather station. Oh, time of day as well. Wow, there's a lot of neat options. So this can be anywhere. Well, let's say I build it here. And so this, active during bad tide. Activate early. Oh, is it but we don't. We can wait until the very second the bad tide starts and then slam things shut. And this becomes linked to that. Is bad tide. Oh, it did it. Okay, interesting. Adjacent doesn't cover top. So when is bad tide is off, which it is now, unlimited water flow. Oh, it still has a target height. I guess not a flow rate, but it does have a height. No, sorry. Oh. So no, we actually want this way. While it's off, the height is down, like a floodgate. I was thinking this was working like the kind of the flow thing. But it's like a floodgate. when the sensor is off, when there's no bad tide, we want it all the way down, which presumably that thing's through. We might have to like physically check. Need throttle to turn it off? I had it right the first time. Oh, it's target height. Oh, okay. It's okay. This is the height that I'm targeting the outflow water. Like I want this to say, yes, let the water on the outside be as high as I want. You think I need throttled to shut it off? Is this not? Because this is going to set a 0 here, and this one here, if it gets set to a 0, oh, this is going to work. Target height is the water height it wants to achieve, not the height of the blockage. It wants to achieve 0. I don't know if this guarantees that this would just simply not operate. Off equals not bad type equals limited. I guess the question is, do we think a 0 is going to turn it off? I guess here, we'll try it. We'll let the first bad tide come through, and if it doesn't throttle it, or doesn't stop it, then we'll just change to the throttle valve. We could always test the throttle setup at the other input as well, because we do ultimately have to do both. We can do a compare and contrast. So again, automate to is bad tide. Off, we want unlimited height. On, we want to target 0. It is nice you can set a height, so you could also prevent like floods. I think you can get away with having solid blocks on top row. I was just worried that it might restrict the water flow too much. It's true. It might be completely overkill to have the fill valves on the top row, but I don't think it's hurting us, so I'm going to let it be. Oh, that's true. I can also test with the regular water. Once it's up, we can just go and try both settings and see what it does with the regular water, if it kills the flow or not. Simply by changing this to normal weather. We turn it here, and if we do this and it stops all water from coming in, we know that it'll stop it for the bad tide as well. All right. They should have a pressure system and cause it to burst. Is really, if they want to stop these kinds of shenanigans. And then, yeah, we'll plan the same setup on the other side. No, I'm not paused. Okay. I wasn't seeing any beavers over here. Whiny 4 well-being. Wow. People are starting to eat the maple pastries. Nice. We still have the we don't have any water agriculture yet. It'll come. We might need more than one agora. Although it's possible the one agora is sufficient. It's just we've got a backlog because we didn't have the extract. Extract is clearly extracting now. Well, not right now because it's nighttime. But yeah. And then over here, this is being supplied by an explicit bad water source. So other than the fact that it doesn't work during a drought, we're not preventing ourselves from being able to gain some bad water to use for explosive making and extract making. All right. I think Under Pressure is a song that the Beavers soon appreciate. Yeah. Well, we're going to find out. We're here to do science. Ooh, 25. Injured. Do we need more medical beds? I think we do, actually. We're having a hard time keeping up with the beaver injuries. I mean, we clearly only need 2 more. I don't think it's warning us about the beavers that are... where is it? There are only 2 beavers in beds. Maybe... Okay, maybe it is counting the ones that are in the injured beds right now. So it really changed that. Have you got rid of your old small maple syrup barrel yet? No. I think is this one? No, that's water. Oh, it was up here. Yeah, we should probably get rid of it because we're not using maple syrup over here. I'm gonna blow it up. We might lose some of the maple syrup, but that's fine. I think I didn't actually double check. That was maple syrup, right? $27! Oh my god. Nice. I think we can use some more campfires because there should be no backlog for the campfire stuff. So that I think is a clear sign that we are probably hitting our campfire capacity. Let's plop down a couple others. We can put them on top of things too. I could certainly see us doing that. Like, we could get some more housing here, put some more things on the roofs. Rooftop terraces, we've got a little bit of shortage. Actually, I can just go and immediately do that. Oh, no, wait. I misread the height things over here. We can do over here, though. Build... I'm more likely to get, like, roof stuff. I guess I could build in the middle and put decoration on both ends. If I do that, and then say this... Whoops, not that way. Not entirely sure we're going to need these bits, but... I'm going to do this, and then also... Nope. Enough. And then... Go get some extra little artworks. All the ruins on the map are Quill's old city, Skyline cities. The bad tides was Poop Lake Crater. Yes! Okay. If water physics is more like, imagine the flood end or the drought ends, and all of a sudden all these beavers just getting like washed away. They're trying to come up here, trying to fight the water pressure, and they just can't do it. A camel emoji. You always make me laugh. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. A little bit more. It's all reachable. Would be a funny mechanic, yeah. I mean, I guess the thing would be build it during the drought. The flood's about to end, so we're going to see some water come through here in a second. Just new lazy river design? Yeah. To build a tunnel for that water, go off map. We're going to attempt a tunnelless system here. We don't know if it'll work. I'm a little bit worried that this is restricting the water flow. Is that coming through as fast as it normally does? I suppose I've never watched the drought end to confirm how fast it flows through. I guess we can sort of peek. Hold on. If I go and change the zoom level here. Yeah, actually, it's not that high on the other side. So it is flowing out. This is the correct rate. All right. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change our weather sensor to trigger for temperate weather. So this kills all the water flow. It works! And yeah, there'll be a sudden whooshing when we reopen it after the tide, and it'll be a whooshing of poop water, but it's going to be followed by a bunch of clean water, which will prevent anything from being an issue. By Jove! I think it works! Oh, well being of 30. Okay, well, now here, it's different because there's no roof. Although presumably we can just build our own, maybe with the help of platforms. I wonder if platforms stop water from coming up through the vertical. Impenetrable floor is a thing. Although I guess you'd still need the platform. So, I mean, we could build it quite high. Like, so the floor is going to be in a platform. So what I could do, I'm not going to do it this way, right? But what I could do is put it here and then platform build it. But I can also just blow this up so it doesn't store as much in this. And we want to minimize how much poop water gets stored in here. So it feels to me that the thing to do is to go into landscaping. Oh, and we can build the double dynamite now. I mean, I could just double blow it up. But like, I might want to standardize on, say, so 2 tiles down from here. And here it's actually going to be 3. Sure. You know what? For convenience, we'll just do that. And you know what? I'll do another one, and then here I'll double so we can access this area. And then we need to make sure our beavers can get into this area. So we'll just get a nice little route for them to come through. Like that, like that. And cross that way. Like so. And they can reach here. Although I might as well just say, all right, you can get up to this upper area in case we ever need it for some reason. Oh, I guess we do need to continue it just because we want to reach the other side. Okay. Build an overhang and impervious floor on top. No need to platform. Yes, right. Yeah. Yeah, I may have confuzzled or conflated platform and overhang a couple of times here as well. Using dynamite anyway, then diverting the poop off map, it's a lot simpler. Sure. Oh, is this going to cause an issue? No, we'll just refill it in after. It's going to be fine. Actually, I don't know that I need this one. When water accumulate between the gate and then everything gets released. It looks like, here, let's do another little test. If I go and put this back to temperature weather, that's going to kill this off completely. Let's leave it run and just confirm no leakage. That is 100% watertight. Whoosh. Kaboom! So then it's just a question of how long do I think I do need the 4. Yeah. So I do that. And then I'm going to yeah, I guess I didn't need to blow that up. I wasn't sure about access, but no. That was one more explosion that I needed to do. Except really, is there so much such a thing as too many explosions? I don't think so. So we'll just have to patch that back in. And then impermeable floor on top of this. And then that. And again, I don't think we need this second level, but what the hell? Did I explode a beaver? Wait, what? No, I don't. What? Clunk. Clunk, clunk. Right, and they've got infinite down build, so they'll be able to build from here. But, hang on. Why am I blowing this side? I don't have to blow up this side. I thought I was going to have to do more work, but no, I don't. Yeah, exactly. You need the other dynamite. No, turns out we're fine. I don't think we need a path on top of this, but at this point it's like, why not? We built it. We don't need a path. I think they'll be able to reach everything regardless, but what the heck? I blew up too much stuff over here. I just like dynamite. What can I say? Now, we still need to build a reservoir somewhere to contain a supply of water against droughts. But in theory, we're going to be protected from bad tides here. Give him the Nobel Prize. He loves dynamite. Yep. Merchant of Death. All right, no complaints. You got that. Probably change some of the pool mechanics, like the pulling of things over here later. Okay, so how's our entertainment situation? This acts as a modal dialogue. Doesn't look like it. I was going to try to move around, but I can't. More contemplation spots. Yeah, see, I did do some reading that like, no, you need so many contemplation spots. They're small, so they're easy to just like cram in a bunch of places. Okay, what I'm going to do is get rid of some of these medical beds because, yeah, it turns out I think we got too many, and then we'll just build 3 more of those. Love to have a first-person mode here so we can ride the zipline better. Accidentally exploded 6 beaver in the last run? Accidentally in quotes, huh? All right, so that is built. So now, again, we can test. If we go and flick this, temperate weather. Oh, I didn't do the logic. That's right. Interesting. What is this little... What is that little point? Oh, that's probably showing what it currently is. There we go. All right. And then we just flick this back to bad tide. It works! Whee! It works, but it's cheesy as hell. Mmm, cheese. I love cheese. So then the next question is, how big of a reservoir do we need? And I know some people are just going to say, yes. How big? Yes. We could. Like, I don't feel like I need to reservoir both halves of this. I can just build a reservoir over here. It could be that, but we could just build it. Like, we've got a bunch of natural stuff over here. Bigger than you think, times 2. Yeah. I suppose there's no reason to underdo it, right? So we've got a natural blockade here. Let's assume this is going to be one end of our reservoir. And what's great is all of our early poo detectors, if I'd realized how easy it was going to be to shut this down, maybe this is going to be something they're going to fix later. I don't know. We have no stored bad water. That's interesting. I mean, we might just be processing it super quick. We're nearly full on extracts. I mean, what we can just do is just get another bad water pump. Isn't there a bigger one too? There's a bigger regular pump, but not necessarily bad water. Let's get a second one. I mean, this might normalize after a while. Once this fills up, I don't know how much we consume the extract for our various buildings, but I'll just add a second bad water pump for now. Reservoir are better with depth, the area, because evaporation. Right, yeah. So you do want it to be... Right. It's not about area, it's about depth. If you're going to build a reservoir, you want it to be as tall as possible. Which actually makes me wonder if the natural thing is maybe using this landscape from right here. I mean, big is good too. Am I right? Bigger, better? I kind of like this as an idea, though. So with this, I think we probably would just go and put the flow valve on the bottom. Or the fill valve. Oh, I can't put it where the path is. Okay, well, first of all, I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to go and remove... We don't need this. We need some because we'll have to get near this area. Okay. Maybe I'll build it right here. I don't have to do that diagonal bit. But you know what? I'm just gonna. And then, yeah, this... I mean, we'll hook it up to stuff. It's gonna be a while before this actually starts being used for anything. And since you've got unlimited downwards build, as long as we can walk on top of this... Hold on. No, I still want the 2-part, right? I still want... So this is going to have a sensor on the far side. If the water level over here is too low... Actually, I don't even need a sensor, because all I need to do is set some sort of target. Where normally it's like, try to maintain half height. And then as long as it's naturally draining from above the dam, and literally just make some part of it. Could you stay in this mode? Thank you. If I just do something like this, well, I don't know about that one because I don't really want it to flow over here. Theoretically, I could do something as simple as this. I guess there's no reason not to go and broaden this to something like this. And I might want to trim this back. Or explicitly build something. No, but let's say I do something like that. Let's do that for walkability. Normally, this whole thing will fill up and will drain out the top. I may want to censor on this. During development, I want to leave this constantly flowing. Access materials and science to get to this point is hard part on harder maps and difficulty. That makes a lot of sense. This is an easy map, so it's a lot easier to get all the stuff going. Okay, I think we probably will want logic, but for now, I can just be like unlimited. I don't care. Keep the water flowing while we construct our dam. The Van Dam. And then we just need to be able to walk on top. I mean, I can access it here, but why don't I just build it over on this side? And then here we need one level of platform, like so, like so. Can they F this up? No, I don't think they can F this one up. Eventually this will get built. Like, they can't get stuck because they're going to have to build it from the side. I mean, they can build a little bit at the bottom, which they already did, but they can only reach up a little bit. And then they're going to have to start building it from over here. And then from here, they can stand on top and build infinitely down. Theoretically, yeah, a zipline's not a bad call because there's going to be a lot of traffic here. Theoretically, having more than one path and they could start from more than one end at a time might be good. And I might not worry about doing all of it, but I might be like, okay, tell you what, let's go and do this and do this. And this will give us the ability to build a little bit from the other side as well, as a way to get started. We want the water gates at the top so we have more regulation. Yeah, floodgate over here. Maybe. I don't know if we need it, but maybe we just should. The downside is we can't walk across it. Although, wait, we can walk across if it's a fill valve. It takes more material. I might not do it as broad. Although I don't think it needs to be quite as broad. Let's say... I think I'll just do 4 to match, but I will move it a slight bit, like that. And then with this, we don't want unlimited, because it might be crazy. We'd be like, let's target, like, we can do something like target 0.95 on the other side, or... Doesn't really matter, because I think it'll just go, because that's sort of very natural with the dams. So we say this. So down here, if it's less than 0.65, let water through, which is basically what's going to happen, and is generally what we're going to look for. And we can mess with those numbers as we go. We can adjust the width later if we decide we want to change things, but we'll start with that. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good call, just to make sure. I could start the other side at the same time. Now, how... Ooh, that's a good question. What level is this going to? Eight is where we can see the path. This is going to be a much bigger thing to seal in. Yeah, I guess we're just building the top of this thing and probably cutting straight across there. Why not? And maybe what we'll do is we'll build this one sort of one strip at a time. Because we're going to want it to this depth eventually, but the important thing is to get any amount built. I think I will zipline because we might interrupt some of our paths at some point. Oh, I can't build high enough. I think I will have to build a little platform here. I think I'll want it right there. Yeah. So, a couple of things. I don't know if I have to get rid of these trees. Yeah, these are just tree stumps. I think we can plop a building on top of that regardless. So we'll do this. This will be top priority, followed by a zip line on top. Likewise, top priority. It'll have to build the other platform first, I think. And then we will need a zipline pylon. I wonder if they work when they're in the water. Well, this area here shouldn't get flooded. Shouldn't. Asterisks. Right? We can chain this way. So likewise, I'll say high priority this. Yes, Eftemir, but that wouldn't have helped over here. I don't. I did need a reminder earlier. This I don't think was a place where I would want mirroring. Right? No, I think we're good. And then actually, I should get a ladder or stair here, because this will be on the other side. And then ditto, just get you to come up here, here, flag, here. I think I probably could do this with slightly less material, but it's fine. Route approaching. Okay, well, we're clearly not going to have our mega reservoir ready for that. I could probably use some spiral staircases in places, but... make these one tick up. Might be easier for me to do it this way. But I'm going to get rid of this path in a second here. You one staircase down from the zip line needs a turn. Oh! That needs a spiral. Thank you. Yes, it do. Thank you. We could put a local tree cutting area here and more wood storage. That's a good point. I don't know how far they can reach, but we do this. That. And this will be on the outside of the reservoir, so this actually would be a place where we could put 3 logs. I won't do a pull, because we already got one over here, and in fact, that might go away, but we're at our log stockpile limit, so they will naturally go and bring them over here. Or like the district mechanic, doesn't seem like you have to interact with it in 1.0. No, because the districts have unlimited range. There's still a lack of efficiency. Like, you don't want them to have to walk that far away. Actually, I'm surprised that one's taking that much of a hike. But I guess because they were over here. But now with these zip lines, you don't need them anywhere near the same. So mesmerizing. Want to play this game? Seems so complex. I gotta admit, there's a lot of times where I'm like, I'm so confused. We're also out of scrap metal. Was there scrap metal in this area? I mean, we've got the tech. We can open up a mine soon. Oh. Scavenger flag. I guess... we'll do that. And to save time, I'll put a scrap metal storage over here. But to supply. So the local harvesters can just drop off the scrap metal here. I guess they drop it off their post, but still, we can have them drop off excess here, and then our haulers will be able to go and do that as needed. And we'll put the supply, because we don't really want it to hang around here. We want it somewhere closer to where the actual action is. Might be time. No, we still have 7 unemployed beavers. What I might do, you know what? Let's get a couple more construction things. We're going to want to get rid of them later. But yeah, let's get a couple more builders' huts. And then it'll be the same thing where we give them a... What do we do for this one? Yeah, all the way red. So lowest priority building. If we've got work sites, they should go somewhere else. But all these idle beavers could go and act as builders here. Got it started. That's fine. Yeah, no, we're totally okay. 7 days of drought. Last one was totally okay. We're going to store a ridiculous amount of water in here. I'm looking forward to the next bad tide to confirm that our little block really does work perfectly and automatically. Yeah, a little bit of dynamite might help clear some things. Flash more platforms. I don't know, I think we're okay. Should be able to reach this platform. I think that should be fine. I guess we're not getting little error messages, so everything must be reachable in the way we think. Comfort sitting at 30. So if we take a look at a random beaver, so you, okay, you're only sitting at 22, but it's still giving you 80% work speed, 30% movement, 40% more lifespan. For our quality of life dips, we will lose a bunch of beavers. Actually, okay, we have no free beds anymore, but yeah, we still have the unemployed beavers, so no, we're fine. Bad tide equals poop water. Yep, that's what we say. Small water tank and pump by your huge dam. Maybe. I do have a water tank right over here, but we could move one there. With an actual pump. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because they keep getting thirsty, but... I don't know. They have to go back to town to... at night to sleep anyway. So, probably it's fine. Maybe, I don't know. Oh! That's not a bad idea. Yeah, let's go and update the priority of building the builders' huts. Yes. Good call. Between the district changes and the zip lines, things do feel a lot easier to manage at this stage in the game than they had previously. Oh, Zipline station is now starting. Do beavers get the wet fur modifier from working in the water? Yeah, they do. From walking through the water, they do get the wet fur. So you don't need the showers, except for the beavers who... Like, if you can somehow force all the beavers to constantly go through your little river here, then, yeah, you don't even need the showers. Still want the Lidos because they're a source of fun. I don't think shower specifically is the thing, right? Wet fur is. Actually... Ah, there we go, Lido. Oh, we can get our detailers working now. Because now we've got the extracts. Hold on a second. Let's get some tail stamping. Yeah, they're slightly bigger. Boom, 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 boom. Can you choose patterns too? Yeah. So let's do a bunch of different ones. And it would be fun to upload my own image in here. There you go. We'll do 4 different patterns. Yeah, seeing them stay thirsty while they walk through water is funny. No, these beavers, they only want plastic bottled fizzy water. They're like, water from the river. Fish fuck in that. Sorry, this is a reference to a movie? TV show? I can't even think of which one. I think it's one I've seen and not one I'm just quoting, but I can't remember. Yeah, or the Idiocracy one. Water, like from a toilet? Meanwhile, I have my generic grocery store brand cherry. That's Cerise. Cherry fizzy water, sugar-free, non-fermented. This one here. Oh, I could go burp my my little baby. Hold on. Ooh, it's definitely burp o'clock. Jeez. Oh, that is really quite taut here. Let's give it a little burp. Oh, it didn't come through. I forgot. I've got my you guys didn't get to hear it. I got my my noise. Oh, okay, came through just a tiny bit on the second one. But yeah, my noise filters out background like hisses and hums, so it doesn't come through, but ooh, that smells nice and yeasty. Still lots of active fermentation going on there, I think. Oh, wait, with the green screen, too. Wait a minute. Is it all ghostly? Ooh. Well, semi-ghostly. Okay. Last connection, did you ever build the tail snap? Just did, just like a minute ago. Actually, well, they're not built yet, but they're queued up. There we go. We got our new beavers huts coming in here. Put our unemployed beavers to construction work. That should help a lot with our mega projects. And yeah, I think they only hang around here if they're idle. Otherwise, I don't think it matters really where the beavers huts are. Unless they go here at the start of their shift or something, but still, I think it's overly okay. They go here, they go back to the zip line, worst case scenario. It's not the end of the world. The tail stampers won't be built instantly because there's some higher priority stuff. Ah, there we go. Okay, we do have the zip line set up here and all the stairs. Now I think everything is just at the normal priority. I guess then they'll do it based on when something was queued up. So you know what? Let's get at least one tail stamper started at a higher priority. Because I think theoretically this might get built later than the others. It'll depend on how many of these wall bits can be built simultaneously. If only so many can be built simultaneously, depending on reach, especially as this builds up, then they'd probably go and do some other construction jobs. Okay, I can get rid of this path now and start laying in the plan. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna have to go and just blow up some of these trees or cut them down and then clear the way. It's gonna be a little annoying. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go mark resources for deletion. Like so. And yeah, there's a good chance what we're gonna need is to extend this thusly and thusly. Okay. Build that nice and early, please. Note from Archer. Oh, yeah. So maybe it's a WC Field. Someone in Twitch chat was saying it might have been that. But yes, I do remember hearing that in Archer. That is one of the places where I've certainly heard that. The fish fucking it line. One of the things I might want to consider when we get to the top over here, like I might want to actually go and make it a little bit of a narrow thing to make sure it flows out straight, but it doesn't matter. It just slooshes down here in some way. That's going to be sufficient. I like the little music in this game. A little spooky right now. All right, drought's nearly over, and water's fine. Yeah, building this dam here, this was the key to not running out of water. We can start on some of the levees over here, although without this bit, it's not really going to make a difference. building. Okay, that is starting to really build quite quickly now. All right, they do things in order. I guess, you know what? Maybe what I want to do is say, like, listen, can you prioritize cutting this stuff out so that I can plan the next step? Thanks. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Right, this was the last thing I marked, therefore it's going to be the last thing that gets happened. That gets happened? Oh, it's okay. It's not like I try to talk for a living. Actually, I'm going to blow that up, and I'm going to put in a spiral staircase instead. Aren't you one block off? Am I? Not from this line. I don't think there's a tunnel here. Oh. There is actually. We could clear that blockage. That's interesting. I think it's normally empty. It just slooshed through because of one of our water releases previously. Okay. Landscaping. Levees. I guess we'll need something here. I guess we could build just platforms. I think they'll be cheaper. Wait, is that planks? Versus logs? Oh. Maybe we do just want to use logs then. Do that just so that I can build on top. If you look from the zipline stairs, aren't you one block off? First of all, I did do a little accidental drag here. I mean, this... For the maximum height, some of these stairs will kind of get in the way. I guess... Oh, were you suggesting maybe I want to build from here? Yeah, it's probably fine, because what I can do... If I get rid of that staircase, for example, and do that, and then just be like... Oop! There it is. Something like that. Oh yeah, X for the grid. That's true. Again, what I would like, because you can toggle on the grid all the time, I thought. Oh, wait. Does it work exactly like I was hoping? It only shows a grid while... Oh! I was going to say, the grid can be on all the time, but it's annoying. But I guess it is actually only on when I've... It's not a... Okay. I was confused when I said, oh, I want this to only be on while I'm doing construction. Because... It's not when it's not only on, because right now it looks like it's on all the time, but it's while this menu is open. Like I don't actually have a construction thing selected. Now I do, but as long as the menu is open, it's there and it's closed. Oh shit, that is what I want. When I was playing around with it, I didn't think it worked the way that I wanted, but it turns out that it do. Still got lots of logs. Yeah. Good on material. Go day-night cycle. Come on, send me a bad water tide. I want to test out our system. Please. Maybe I should get some water here. Will they drink during a work shift? Or do they only drink during their time off? So if they only drink during time off, it makes no reason. And I do have water over here. I could just put another barrel. I'm not convinced we need a pump here. Oh, we are working. We got some vacancies. There are some free beds. There we go. Tail stampers are all there. So if we take a look, there we go. Look, you got your tail stamped. Lovely. And let's get a carousel. It's time to get a carousel down. We don't have a good place like right in the middle of town, but we could put one over here. I don't know, if I could put it over here and then it just will have power without me doing anything else. And the lazy part of me kind of wants to do that. So I think I will. Maybe a zipline on this side? No. We got one there. It's not too far away. You know what? I'll put it right there. What? Oh, the entrance is above. I remember that from one of the buildings before. Okay. Well then, what I'm going to do... Excuse me. And right, I think we'll have to do the thing again where we build it up. Yeah, building it strip by strip isn't really going to help because we're going to have like reach problems. So what's instead it's going to be, we're going to build it up all, or plan everything, and then put the path on top. And then we'll just build from the top. They can do a little bit of building from the bottom, but then they won't be able to reach up once it gets to a certain point. Oh, because of the path. I'm like, why can't I build here? Can you not build that close to the edge of the map? No. Like 3D issue. There we go. And then that and that, and then boom. Oh, we do have to leave the spot for the dam. Oh, am I building up? Oh, yes, I am building up taller than this. How will this work? Okay, good. Oh, I will go back and redo it as a dam there in a second. So, gap here. What I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. There you go. Okay. That's the plan. Oh. Did I miss the power? Does it need to be centered? Or maybe be on the base? Yes. Okay. That. Was it not preview? I guess it previews this bit. I mean, presumably that's going to turn into a T-junction once this gets built. Oh, top layer will run off the edge of the map. Yes, that's a great point through this little gap, which I can seal. Well, it may... There we go. do that. Which will require... Well, doesn't need this much pathing, but what the heck, right? That is a ridiculous reservoir. So it's 4 now. Let's see here. Oh, guess Kiss Relic still isn't streaming today. Okay. Then I won't stress too much. There's more edge. Oh, over... No, that's... No, we're good. It won't overflow there. I think we're okay. Push comes to shove. What we do is we open up the bottom fill valves, lower things, and then just tweak a few things off the top here. We could use a few more workers. I don't know. It's fine that this building is empty. That is really not a big deal. Those buildings are probably going to get torn down soon anyway. Yeah, and water turbines on the spillways is really cool too. Oh, this one's nearly done. Oh, I was using fill valves for these. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You know what? I think that is still a swell idea that I had in the past. Because we'll probably just set them, set them and forget them. But it does technically give us options. If I use fill valves over here, and they have to be set to target 0.65 at the bottom. I don't remember what I set these to. 0.65, yeah, underneath them. And yeah, once the top... I mean, really, I could seal things now. They would sort of overflow and it would work, but in a kind of a wacky, uncontrolled way. So the idea is once everything gets done, we seal the fill valve at the bottom, just let things overflow at the top. Well, we don't even seal things at the bottom. We just set them to a particular water level that's not unlimited. That's maybe lower than whatever the top is targeting. So that if this runs completely dry, then we let a slow trickle out. Yeah, actually, oh, I didn't think about that. How does the water source work in terms of bringing things up higher? Oh, that I don't know. You chop the who cares? I'm losing these trees. I mean, I guess for now we can do it. As some local wood still. But I'm not worried about losing them. Because, trees are a renewable resource. But a little bit of proximal in trees, that's nice. It'll fill. Water source of the infinite push, nice. No pressure, we can still seal it versus the bad tide, which is still ridiculous, and I love it. We are now immune to bad tide. To be fair, we are playing on the easy map, and so it made some of the progress pretty easy. And our science is right there. Then we'll still have to build a Earth Recultivator. Distributes tree seeds across the earth. When launched, makes the beavers in the area extremely happy. Pinnacle of beaver engineering. Nice. So, no, I didn't get a reply over there. I think there is going to be a stream on Saturday. I wasn't sure because of Easter. I think right now my plan is there's going to be a stream on Saturday. And part of me is tempted to just finish up Timberborn then with our mega construction. I mean, this dam is kind of a mega construction by itself. But make the big monument. Cap the bad water things. Build a mine for infinite metal. Do all the things. This feels like a little Swiss village, the way these buildings look, I like it. Now, we might have been able to build a more direct path to this zipline, because they do have to go here first. But the travel's so fast that I think it's good enough. We would have to build a new zipline station down here to reach more directly, so I don't think I'm too concerned. And yeah, our actual stockpiles of everything is fine. We don't have infinite metals, although it's going up. We had drained it. We've got tons of the metal blocks, and we don't need any for the regular dam. We just need tons of logs, and we have tons of logs. Smaller aquifers don't have enough pressure to do that, but the big water sources there do. Okay. So on some of the other maps, instead of the water sources that we have here, we have something called an aquifer. Is that it? I don't think we have an aquifer at all on this map, right? This is nearly done. They're the same priority, so they'll build this first because it's oldest, based on what people have told me. Yeah, I don't think I can backfill over here. I think we're good. Water seeps in certain maps. Oh, right. Trees have to be set to be chopped, which is... I mean, I get it, because you don't necessarily want all your tree harvesters to chop down all your trees, like your maples and things. But I always forget. Oh, and you know what? Let's go and make these construction higher priority. Get them first. They'll steal some more beavers. Maybe I will build some more housing? I think I might just start a whole other housing block. Do it up here. Or I could shut down a few things. I could shut down my lumber mills on the basis that we don't really need planks right now. Save a bunch of material. Time for robot beavers. Right. Is that the iron teeth thing? Because we can't... I don't think we can do it with these beavers, right? That's the other ones? Oh, both have them. What is this? Mud pits. Ah, that's right. The bot assemblers. That's right. Under science. Right. And then refining for the fuel. I don't know. I think we can just use, biorobots or whatever. I don't remember how much space I need to assign. Probably less than before, because we do have spiral staircases. So, let's see. And that. This first one can be a straight staircase. Does that. And then for roof access, that, double on that. Yeah, we won't have the symmetry because this one's in the way unless I change things, but I don't actually need the symmetry. That. Oh, I just realized. Oh, I think. Oh, no, that was the bottom. But if I do that, I can change the level. I should probably just change the level I'm looking at just to make sure. Yes, you've been correctly pathed up. Great. Like that. There we go. So people can access these apartment buildings. They can access the roof. We'll probably lengthen it a little bit more after, although we'll have to get rid of these trees. And then the question becomes one of priority. Let me do this. Will it? There we go. I think that did ground level. Oh, it did that level as well. Good. And actually, the top level can wait. We'll need it for entertainment, but for right now, it's just about getting the living quarters built. There we go. Oh, we had free beds were fine. There we go. I got lots of free beds. We'll build more entertainment there later, but that's fine for now. Go, be fruitful and multiply. Lost a little bit of our well-being. which does impact a few metrics we do care about. But building more stuff will take away more time from our construction. So it's a balancing act. Probably just wait for now. So they're only going to be able to build over here, which is fine. They'll build across. Oh, one big family. Reach population of 100 beavers. Wow, that happens fast. Okay. They get busy quickly. We'll have to wait for the beavers to age up. These guys... Actually, we don't need those anymore. That's all been chopped unless we're regrowing it. They can go and work over there, which is already happening. They've got that one. I guess what I might do... Do this. Before I forget, mark all these to be cut. And then... do that, and then just trash this old one. There you go. We've got plenty of logs, but we do need a steady supply. Oh, you know what? Prioritize this and this, because right now we might... We're not able to walk up this area, and that might be impeding some of our movement. Water's flowing well under there. Well, you can seal your dam. I mean, we can. But because I don't have the outflow... I mean, I guess I sort of do with this top bit, but... Oh, well, drought approaching. Maybe I'll want to. Except the thing is, we know... We actually are perfectly fine with our passive reservoir behavior. Like, I don't even need this dam. We've actually been perfectly fine in drought resistance. But I suppose that the droughts get super long. I could go and just seal all these fill valves and just let the water outflow over this top bit. And then let it trickle through, but... Dam is for power. In this case, yeah. Yeah, just build a bunch of water wheels on top and let the water outflow through there. Which we might do later. But mostly I'm doing it so that we are satisfied with the knowledge that we are water secure. Staff, we'll leave that one there, and those are all built. Very nice. And yeah, at some point they'll get the other platforms done. And then we can build some stuff on the roof here, but I'm not going to prioritize it. Okay, well, I guess what I might do is I might put a stop in here. The dam will generate enough power to run a Hoover. Ooh. If you set the fill valves right, you should be able to have the river flowing for a long time after drought starts. Yes, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think we are going to be at the point of having basically continuous water. This is a massive reservoir. It's a ridiculous reservoir. Keep in mind that this will still stop running during a drought. So the net income will be reduced, but I think it's still fine because we're already not running out of water. We are, at some point, this stalls here and then we don't get these water wheels to run, but it's not like we need them for power. Battery's full. Really, what we need to do is extend our little platform here and get it for more batteries, but... Can we get the reservoir start filling before the end stream? I mean, yeah. I could start filling to a couple of levels now. So already, that's the current water level it's holding, is I could start to back it up and restrict it. It'd be interesting to see. Like if I say something like, listen, target 0.3 meters. It might equalize though. Like, it might backlog. Like, it's going to backlog a little and then flood, and then they'll complain about, you know, oh, yeah, these aren't working. But then, once this level drops enough, right, this is starting to trickle down. Once this drops enough, it's just going to start draining again. And then it might just equalize at 0.3 meters. But it is satisfying to see it fill. Actually, depending on how quickly it drains here, it might just start overflowing off the top. Oh, we're currently here. Going up. Are you letting things through already? Oh, right. The dams over here are restricting it. There it is. Now it's flooding over the top. That's why, because the dams downstream are restricting it. There you go. Well, we've confirmed that our reservoir here is watertight. I suppose if I set this to 0.65, then it'll keep things, or points or whatever, but we'll just set it to back to limited. Whee! Oh, and now we're losing some over there. That's right, too. In fact, I might want to go and put a little levee over here just to prevent this when we do overflow, so that way we don't lose any water. It's slow when it hits 0.65 normal dam height, but not really, because this is just pumping the same amount of water regardless. All we're choosing is like a little bit of a threshold. And then once it reaches that threshold, we're going to have absolutely normal flow regardless, because this water flow is the same regardless. Emergency outflow to prevent flood in town. I mean, I don't think the floods are a problem, though, aren't they? Like, while the ground is wet, the buildings stop, but it quickly evaporates or drains back into the river basin. Reservoir is most important when you just get 6 days of flow and 30 days of drought. Okay, so on the hard difficulty, the droughts are super long, which is where we only need it. And we don't need it here. We're mostly doing it for an exercise. On a worse map and a higher difficulty, we'd be much more concerned. Because crops, it takes a while. Yeah, if they stay flooded, yes. It is a 9-day flood now. Okay, the previous ones were 7. So it could be that already we might not have enough sort of like passive reservoir to make things work. Already that might be possible. We could really, is this a bad water here? No. Right, no, it's just pooling from, that's the ruins. We could already cap some of the bad water things. Like there's this one here, although I don't know if we need to. I mean, we do that and we just replace these pumps. Metal is good. We're actually capped on our storage. Everything is full. Even our carrots, which I hadn't actually gone and increased. Yeah, everything is completely maxed out. I could make more storage, but I don't think we're consuming it. And we've reached pretty strong equilibrium. And yes, normal water sources also flow bad water during the tide. Except not for us, because we have built plugs. One there, and one here. During a bad tide, we completely seal our water sources. Watch it turn out that the bad tide has different rules than regular water flow. So whereas we confirmed that these plugs work with regular water, watch it turn out the bad tides have a special pressure system that'll blow through the flow valves. I mean, yeah, you didn't see it because it's hidden. It's secret. We confirmed that that definitely stops normal water. Presumably stops bad tide water too. But it would be a really funny troll. It would also be annoying because we'd have to make sure to manually completely drain out the reservoir after the bad tide. I mean, eventually we'd equalize. We'd probably want to accelerate it, but... cheesy as hell. It is cheesy as hell. So we'll probably end up with a little bit of a bottleneck here because only so many things can be built at once, because only so many things can reach, which probably means our new little housing block is going to get completed soon. We could increase the priority here, but again, I don't really care. Look at it go. Oh, they will be able to build from 2 sides at once. That's true. I forgot about that. I literally thought it'd be impossible to get stuck. Is this one going to block our construction? How long is it going to take for them to die? You did one job, Gary. Starving, dehydrated. Sucks to be you, buddy. No one else got stuck and is dying. they've got nothing to do here, so we're just going to go ahead and blow those things up. I could rescue you. I could do so many things, Dactylar. But I think you're too dumb to live. So presumably these bars will completely empty, and that's what kills them. Miss the pickup function, transport tycoon, stuff like that. Yeah. Theme park and things like that, where you pick up your employees and move them around. Because it naturally does this, but I guess this one maybe was workable. I don't know. Oh well. So sad. Can't believe we're going to lose a beaver like that. Oh, there's nothing I can do about it, though. I'm going to go and connect some extra paths around here, just in case it opens up. Some flexibility for people. I don't think it's going to matter. What the heck, right? Oh, woe is me. Oh, he refills the sleep meter. You're lucky. I'm only willing to sacrifice one. You aren't actually just stuck, like, on the construction project. So it's less... It's less stupid. Somehow. I mean, because it's easy as putting down one little stair, and then we'll tear them out after this is all done. The beavers are as dumb as rocks. Yeah, I'm worried we won't be able to continue constructing until he dies. Or, no, we know the construction will happen and then they'll get bumped. Now, I don't know where they'll get teleported to. But I think in this case, I mean, unless he just keeps getting teleported further down the dam, I think it will fix them. Hey, we're at 33% well-being. Nobody liked this beaver. They're like, we're so happy that they're gone. We had another situation where they did get teleported. Was it when we cancel the construction? I don't remember. Oh no, it's when they were standing on top of a barricade that we were detonating. There you go. So now I'm gonna get rid of that stair. No reason for people to go there. Oh, they even collect the resources, right? Because they could reach. So yeah, it's possible this is just gonna block construction. That's fine. There's still plenty of construction from the other side. I wonder if I just cancel this project, what would happen? These beavers still coming here. They're probably just dropping off resources. Oh. 12 of 12. 100% constructed. Except they can't actually finish. Oh well. Guess we could try. We could see what happens. Oh, they're too stupid. They're too stupid to live. It's like, at least now they can start building the next column. I guess I could delete enough stuff for them to get onto the ground. Fine. There. Hang on. Hang on. I couldn't see the beaver anymore. So if I do this and then do that, he teleported from this column to that one. I left a gap intentionally this time. All right, screw you. If I could bury you in here, I would. At least you're further enough away we could build some more. I mean, I did trash some stuff, so we're having to rebuild some things. Just build a stair, let him die. At this point, it's 100% spite mode. It'd be so easy to build a little stair over there. I mean, we're nearly there from this side. It would be so easy to do. And pause for a sec before destroying the column is on. Oh, maybe. Anyway, I think with this, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We did an extra half hour here. I think currently the plan is to stream on Saturday right now. Monday might become the maybe. Although right now, right now it's looking like all of our streams will be happening on the regular schedule. But it is a holiday weekend, so keep an eye out for alerts. The stream title, the next game, or the next stream command will theoretically be updated if something gets changed. And if you're on the Discord, of course, I'll put an announcement in there as well. Oh yeah, the Artemis 2 launch. Oh, it's gonna be exciting and very nervous making. What times? I think it's at 2200 UTC. Artemis 2 launch time. Oh, 2 hours left. 6:24 p.m. EDT for me. Yeah, so 2 hours from now, just under 2 hours from now. Yeah, I should tune into that. And actually, I should make sure to drop a link to Kiss for Luck as well. She might already know, but we'll see. It'll be kind of late for her. I don't know if she can stay up for that, but if she's going to be awake, I'm sure she's going to watch. All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. I will see you theoretically, hopefully, on Saturday for some more Timberborn. We're going to finish this dam, and then we'll build some big mega projects of some kind, because it'll be cool. Folks, oh, and we can see, I mean, we could have as a goal to try to max this out. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. All right, bye-bye.